Hi, Samantha. This is Coach Grimes here with your tennis analysis video. What I'd like to do with these early ones is just look at a couple of points to give you an overall idea of the things that we need to work on. Then later on in subsequent videos, we'll break it down and we'll analyze each aspect of your game so that you understand more specifically what we're trying to do. This point is early in the match, and what we're going to do is look at it all the way through once and then come back and look at it in slow motion. So this is early in the match. You probably got some nerves going, but even in this short point, we can see some of the fatal flaws that we have to address. Let's look at your first serve and we'll see a couple things right away. The first thing you're going to see is that when you start your motion, your shoulders are already pretty square to the net. Ideally, we want to rotate our shoulders away so that we can coil our energy and then release that energy into the ball. With your shoulders parallel to the baseline, you've basically released that energy already. The next thing we're going to look at is your load phase. And in your load phase, you're going to see that your racket is pointed to the sky. This is the classic waiter's tray position that all coaches dread. From this position, it is very difficult to bring your racket to the exact contact point that you need to get the ball over the net and into the box. Because your racket is behind the ball, you have to get it into perfect position to place it into the box. If you contact the ball with the racket too far open, it's going to go long. Too far close, it'll go into the net. By approaching the ball with the edge of our racket to the side of the ball and then turning over our hand, pronating, to meet the ball, we can mitigate this. I like to think of it like reaching up with my hand, grabbing the ball, and throwing it over the net. Because remember, the racket is just an extension of your hand. Okay, so the first serve goes into the bottom of the net. So then you line up to hit your second serve. Your second serve is one of your best shots. It's got good spin and it lands pretty deep in the court. Because the serve kicks high, she's forced to hit it out of her strike zone. As we freeze the video, I want you to notice where she makes contact. She's contacting the ball well over her shoulder, making it difficult to attack the ball. This is the purpose of the second serve, to start the point in a neutral position. With the first serve, you want to start the point on offense. But now I want you to notice your position when the ball comes back. There are two things I want you to notice. One is your racket position and the other is the timing. It's not all bad. You've got good shoulder turn, but your racket is nearly facing the back fence. From this position, it is very difficult to time the ball. Additionally, your racket preparation is very late. I stopped the video when your racket stopped going back and was prepared to go forward. The ball has already bounced and is nearly on top of you before you start to swing forward. This causes you to catch the ball too late and forces you to use only your arm to drive the ball forward. There are two things that cause late contact: late preparation and taking the racket too far back. You're doing both. Despite this, you get a fairly deep return. She hits the ball back and you again prepare late, but this time it's so late you have to try to buggy whip your return and you don't make it over the net. There's another thing we can learn from this video, and that is your opponent's excellent recovery footwork. As you see, she's going to cross over step, push off the ground, and then recover with shuffle steps. By the time you contact the ball, she is nearly back to her recovery point. Also, look at how low her body is throughout the point. Remember when I used to always say, play above the court and below the wire? Someone has taught this girl to play tennis. To summarize, we want to work on opening our shoulders during the serve, avoiding the waiter tray position, preparing early on our ground strokes, and not taking our racket so far back that it interferes with our contact. For early preparation, I'm going to refer you to the video I did on that subject.